Hello and welcome back to my channel True Crime Chronicles. Here we go over true crime cases that have been solved, unsolved, or still under investigation. If you are new to my channel, please like, share, and subscribe. Also, don't forget to hit the notifications bell and click on all notifications. That way you are sent a notification each time I upload a new video. Warning: this video discusses details surrounding a homicide that some viewers may find disturbing or distressing. Now let's dive into the disturbing details. Today's true crime: the shocking downfall of former MLB pitcher Daniel Serafini from baseball stardom to cold-blooded killer. He was a Major League Baseball pitcher, a first-round draft pick with $1 million arm. But behind the fame, Daniel Serafini harbored a dark and deadly secret, one that would end in a brutal home invasion, a double shooting, and a chilling conviction for murder. This is the twisted true story of how a former athlete's life spiraled into violence, betrayal, and irreversible tragedy. Daniel Joseph Serafini was born on January 25, 1974, in San Francisco, California. Raised in the Bay Area, he was a natural athlete from a young age. His talent on the mound at Serra High School made him a local legend, especially after he threw a historic no-hitter in the 1991 playoffs, a record that still stands today. His skill earned him a first-round selection, 26th overall by the Minnesota Twins in 1992. At just 18 years old, he was on the fast track to the big leagues. Serafini made his MLB debut in 1996, but his career was a roller coaster. Over 9 seasons, he bounced between 6 different teams, struggling to find consistency. He had moments of brilliance like his 1999 season with the Cubs, but also crushing setbacks, including injuries and demotions to the minors. In 2007, his reputation took another hit when he was suspended for 50 games after testing positive for performance-enhancing drugs. Serafini blamed doctors in Japan, where he had been playing, but the damage was done. By 2012, his career was over. After baseball, Serafini's life unraveled. He and his wife, Erin Spar, opened a bar in Nevada called The Bullpen, but it was a disaster, featured on Bar Rescue in 2015. Despite earning millions during his career, bad investments and reckless spending left him drowning in debt. But his biggest financial strain came from his in-laws. Gary Spar and Wendy Wood, Erin's wealthy parents, had loaned the couple over $1.3 million for a failed horse ranch business. Texts revealed Serafini's growing rage, including one where he wrote, "I'm gonna kill them one day." On June 5, 2021, a masked intruder broke into the Spar family's Lake Tahoe home. Inside were Gary, 70, and Wendy, 68, along with their 2 young grandchildren, ages 3 and 8 months. The gunman shot Gary once, killing him instantly. Wendy was shot multiple times but miraculously survived. The children were unharmed, but the trauma of that night would haunt them forever. Wendy fought to recover, but the emotional scars were too deep. A year later, she took her own life. Her family said the shooting was the reason. For 2 years, the case went cold until a breakthrough tied Serafini to the crime. Surveillance footage showed the killer had been inside the house for 3 hours before the attack. Phone records placed Serafini near the scene. Then, a bombshell. Serafini's alleged accomplice, Samantha Scott, a close friend of Erin's and rumored lover of Serafini, was arrested as an accessory. In February 2025, she pleaded guilty, admitting she helped cover up the crime. Samantha Scott, 33, was a close friend of Erin Spar, Serafini's wife, and was also romantically involved with Daniel Serafini in what was described as an open marriage arrangement. Reports suggest she was not just a friend, but at times acted as a nanny for the Serafini Spar family. Her role in the crime: accessory to murder. Scott was charged as a co-defendant in the 2021 murder plot. Prosecutors alleged she helped Serafini plan or cover up the crime, though her exact involvement remains unclear. Plea deal: in February 2025, she pleaded guilty to being an accessory after the fact, avoiding a murder trial. She faces up to 3 years in prison but was released pending sentencing. Mysterious motive: some speculate she may have been manipulated by Serafini, while others believe she had her own financial motives. Connection to the victims: Samantha Scott was reportedly very close to Erin Spar, which makes her involvement even more shocking. Text messages and testimonies suggested she was aware of Serafini's growing hatred toward his in-laws. Where is she now? As of July 2025, Scott remains free on bail awaiting sentencing. Her cooperation may have helped convict Serafini, but her true level of involvement remains a haunting question. At Daniel's trial, prosecutors painted Serafini as a cold-blooded killer. They revealed he had lied in wait for hours, that the attack was premeditated, and that his motive was pure greed. On July 15, 2025, the jury found him guilty of first-degree murder, attempted murder, and burglary. The judge called it woeful, willful, and premeditated. A daughter's heartbreaking words during the trial. Adrienne Spar gave an emotional victim impact statement saying, "My parents didn't just die, they were stolen from us. My mother fought to survive, but the pain was too much. They deserved peace, not this horror. My parents were generous to a fault," she said. "They didn't deserve this." Serafini now faces life in prison without parole, but questions remain. Did his wife, Erin, know about the plot? Why involve Samantha Scott? And what will happen to the two children who witnessed the horror? From the bright lights of MLB to the darkness of a prison cell, Daniel Serafini's story is a tragic tale of wasted talent, greed, and irreversible violence. The tragic murders of Gary Spar, 70, and Wendy Wood, 68, left their family and community in shock. Though Wendy initially survived the shooting, she later died by suicide in 2023 due to the unbearable trauma of the attack. How the victims are remembered. Family tributes. Their daughter, Adrienne Spar, has publicly honored her parents, calling them generous, loving, and devoted. She emphasized how their deaths were a senseless act of violence. Community impact. Friends and neighbors in Lake Tahoe remembered the couple as kind, active members of the community. Gary was a retired businessman, and Wendy was known for her warmth and love for her grandchildren. Legacy. The family has not disclosed details of a public memorial, but private services were held. Some reports suggest a charitable fund may be established in their names. While no official charities are open for donations yet, the family suggests supporting National Domestic Violence Hotline, American Foundation for Suicide Prevention. For updates, Adrienne Spar occasionally shares memorial plans via a private Instagram account at Sporfamilegacy. Was this a crime of desperation or pure evil? Could his wife have been involved? Drop your theories below and don't forget to like and subscribe for more true crime deep dives. Thank you for joining us today on True Crime Chronicles. Join us next time. Stay vigilant, stay compassionate, and keep seeking truth.